Got one on your right. Clear on the right.
Yo.
What up?
What you doing? I see you racing Mazdas.
Yeah, trying to get everything dialed back in. The nothing
Pitboxing right here.
nothing seems to have carried over to the new PC at all. So I'm having to go through, readjust everything.
Well, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is. I mean, force feedback's not right, braking's not right, or the brake pressure that I use on different cars is not right. Hell, just the way that you sit in the car isn't the same. You know, after 5 years, you get used to it and you never write it down.
Yeah, exactly. I know what you're saying. That's why I don't race the next generation cars, because it feels like I have power steering. I can't feel the road.
Yeah, they were real bad when they first came out. It was, I mean, don't get me wrong, when they were unrestricted and we were on the international or iRacing Super Speedway, that shit was fun as hell. 245 miles an hour in the draft. But they put a kibosh on that real quick. Yeah, this is one of my dirty little secret love affairs. This car, this track, I've got a shitload of wins.
I had a third place today.
That's cool. this was the first track when I got on that I placed relatively well, and I want to say it's probably, I think this is the place where I won my first iRacing win, period, back in 17.
Mine was Charlotte in street stocks. And then I think I've got a few wins at Talladega, a few wins at Daytona, a couple here, a couple there. Like I said, I got that win last week, right?
Right. But man, I don't win that often in NASCAR. I mean,
No, I don't either.
I've got maybe 35, 40 at best on iRacing, but when it comes to road racing, I'm right at 100.
Yeah, me and road racing don't get along. I always end up in the grass.
Throttle control, man. And not being afraid to use your left foot to brake. Hell, I even got my friend Brutal into road racing.
I'll race it when the trucks are up, for a track.
Yeah, but think about it. If you were to spend more time on those, like the Roval with different car and track combos, it'll let you do things with that truck that other people can't. If you can run that Mazda, if you can sling the Mazda around the Roval and podium, I mean, shit, that's good for getting you in the top 5 in the truck race, just because you get the additional seat time those other guys don't have.
I had 3 good races today and 1 race where wasn't too hot.
How much of that had to do with his week 13?
Oh yeah, a lot of it had to do with week 13. Some of these guys were in a hurry.
Well, you only see some of these guys during week 13 too. I mean, it's really weird how they come out of the woodwork, and it's names that you've never raced with that are around on week 13 for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Almost makes you wonder if some of them are AI.
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean,
They tell us.
You got to think. I mean, they're not real. Week 13 is not the week that people look forward to. I don't.
No, hell no. If it wasn't Chicagoland and the B cars, I wouldn't be running at all.
Yeah, you saw what happened when I tried to run that one.
Yeah.
I did run the Skippies at Eldora, or maybe it was Lanier or something. I don't know, but they put damn Skippies on dirt.
Huh.
That was interesting.
Oh, I suck at dirt. Dirt and me don't get along. Yeah. I could do it when I played R Factor. I could do dirt on R Factor, but I can't seem to do it on iRacing. I always end up spinning. I always end up fucking somebody's race up, so I don't do it.
Shit, just go make sure you find Shane Meals' lobby and go do it to him.
Somebody you don't like?
You've actually heard of him. He used to run trucks, and NASCAR banned him years ago.
What's his name again?
Shane Meal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's been on here for a minute. And when he first got on, we were trying to bring him into Sim Possible. That league that we had going with Jeff, whatever his name was.
Or do you
But
guys have a league going?
well, yeah, Brian, Billy, all those guys, they were part of it. Nate, but so Shane contacted us, and I was. So I mean, none of our titles were like legit official or anything, but I was considered the marketing guy for the series, and I was tasked with trying to get him some free shit, Fanatec and other companies, and it wasn't working. I mean, nobody wanted to really do anything, and then he got to a point where he was demanding that if he didn't have the top of the line shit, he wasn't going to do it. And we're like, dude, we're not a race team. We're not.
Yeah, that sounds kind of.
Yeah. So, needless to say, he never joined our organization. Not to say that it wouldn't have been maybe some sort of benefit, but God, dude, I heard him in some of the dirt lobbies that he got into, and he would just cuss people up and down.
See, I've never done that, Alan. Only on maybe one or two occasions over the years that I've been doing this, I've, very seldom do I get that way. And I honestly believe that people don't do things on purpose as much as people say.
No. I ran into, or had somebody run into me in one of the truck races, and I not only called his ass
Green, green,
out
green.
on social media and posted it to Facebook, but
Here comes your first time left.
he sent me a message through Instagram, and at first he was trying to say that it was netcode, blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, you just ran the fuck over me. And at the end of his little diatribe, he said, I would have never went to social media and shared that with the common people, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, don't be a dumbass.
It's hard to lie.
Yeah, I mean, the video don't lie.
I'm very careful with Facebook. Very careful with it. I just got it a few weeks ago, so yeah.
Yeah, I've been on there forever, but I just, for the most part, I mind my own business, but when it comes to stupid, there's some stupid I cannot avoid. No matter how much my brain tells me I should walk away, my ability
Yeah.
to do it just doesn't seem to happen.
You can't fix stupid people.
No, but you can sure feel better after you chew them a new one.
There you go. This tall boy tastes pretty good. I think I'll have another.
Shit, I am broke as a joke right now.
One more lap.
No, my wife takes care of me, man. If it wasn't for her, I'd be broke.
Shit, I couldn't walk without a cane from 2013 up until 2017.
Huh, interesting, because
Exactly.
I was in a wheelchair at that time. Yeah, I started with a cane. Then I went to a walker. Then I went to a wheelchair. I had the VA was putting off doing surgery on me because they thought it was muscle.
Right.
Finally, they sent me to Boston General Hospital, and this orthopedist goes, I can't guarantee to be your last surgery, but I can guarantee I can fix your pain. Come to find out, there was an 8-centimeter piece of cartilage and a 3-centimeter piece of cartilage in there, and I was bone on bone in my hip. Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, they had me on 80 milligrams of MS Contin a day and 6 Percocet for breakthrough pain. And they were happy to give that to me.
Yep. I didn't have that quantity, but I had those same drugs. And then I had a special concoction that my wife could inject into me.
Yep. I believe it. All I know is I was fucking miserable for a long time. It hurt like a bastard. It really did. At one point, I had a ramp, Alan, for my front door for the wheelchair.
Right.
And when the guy came and took it out, he goes, "I'm glad I'm taking it out because normally that doesn't happen."
Yeah.
You know. So now I walk okay. It gets sore every now and then, but for the most part, it's
Checkered
okay.
flag this time by.
So the accident that I had 10 years ago exploded 3 vertebrae, 2 in my neck, 1 in my back, and it also left the blunt force trauma brain tumor.
Ouch. Yep.
Yep.
I have, yeah, see, mine's traumatic brain disease from the head injury I received in the service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what this shit's about, man. I really do.
Oh, my tumor's on the pituitary gland too. So it also pushes ocular. I get ocular migraines. Oh, but the funny thing is, I took a job driving a forklift, a stand-up forklift.
You got quiet again,
Oh,
Alan.
it's the mic. Hold on. This mic turns itself down.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me yesterday.
It is so weird. But yeah, I'm driving a forklift now and bouncing down, through the concrete. I got up a couple weeks ago and I couldn't move. I had some nerve pinching in my lumbar, and I could not use my right leg.
That's crazy.
So I went to the hospital and had to miss about 4 days of work and shit. That right there started, made it kind of bad.
Yeah, me and you got a lot of the same problems. I didn't break anything in my back, but I have degenerative back disease. So when I stand for a while or when I walk for a while, my back hurts like son of a bitch, actually.
I actually have that too.
It'll make you stop walking.
It'll take a lot of things away from you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I haven't worked in 30 years, Alan. I'm a disabled vet. I'm 100% disabled.
I had disability until 2 years ago, and they terminated me because we were homeless and they couldn't reach me.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Yep. That was awesome.
Just when you need it, they take it away.
Yep. Right in the middle of the pandemic.
That's crazy. Well, like I said, I wouldn't have much if it wasn't for my wife. My wife takes care of all of our money. Now we do okay, Alan. She's a nurse.
That helps.
And I get my disability and I get Social Security, so we do okay. Have no complaints. Better than most. Not as good as others.
Yeah.
Clear on the way.
I wonder if it's important.
I have enough to pay my bills and enough to buy a beer when I want to.
Got one on
And
your
I have
left.
enough so I put a little bit every month into savings, into our retirement account.
Keep right there.
Oh, we went through that back in 13, 14, 15.
Got one on your left.
Buy stock every month in
Keep right
the
there.
oil
Clear on the
companies,
left.
and I've lost money every month for the last 5 months.
Buying too high?
They're just losing money. They're just, yeah. I've got enough in the accounts now to where I buy about 300 shares every month.
That's cool.
Go left.
Well, I'm running third.
There you go. I'm sitting here watching a movie on Pluto.
Back in third.
Oh, I just drove the shit out of that corner, though.
Car
God
on your right.
bless me.
Keep left. Still there. Clear on the right.
Why the fuck you are fucking retard shit?
Yeah, my brake pedal is not set right. I am having to stab the shit out of it.
It's a load sensor.
No, it's a
You
CSL
got one on your right.
came with the Pro DD.
Okay, yeah.
Keep left. Still there.
I know the pedals that came with my. I had a G920 that I couldn't use. I ordered 2 of them. They replaced the first one, and
Clear on
then
the
they
right.
replaced the
Car on your
second
right.
one, and I ended
All
up with
clear,
one
all
for
clear.
free, but I couldn't get it to fucking work.
That
so it's
sucks.
It's boxed up. Yeah, my computer wouldn't recognize it. So I bought a G29, and it works fine.
Hell, I broke the seat on my rig. My bad.
You got one on your left.
And I called or messaged Next Level and told them. They sent me a whole nother
Clear, all
rig.
clear.
Well, that's what they did for me at oh god, now can't remember the people I ordered stuff from, but it was Logitech,
You got one on your
and they
left.
sent me,
Still there.
they
All
sent me
clear, all
one and
clear.
said, here, it's for free. And like I said, I still got it. It's in a box, but can't use it. It's brand new. I'm sure it works. I mean, I wouldn't
got
get
one
2
on your
bad
right.
ones in a row.
Still got
You
it.
wouldn't think.
All clear, all clear. All right, you're back in third.
AFK a minute, Alan.
All right.
There we go. I'm back.
Alrighty.
Had to get my supplies here.
That's why I like the wireless headset.
There you go. I've got one. I just hated charging it all the time.
I only charge it about once a week.
Well, I haven't had one since the one I had was years ago. So probably they've gotten better by now.
Yeah, it's a set of razors. I mean, they're not the best in the world, but they're pretty good.
Well, my headset's a Razer. I wouldn't buy anything else.
I mean, if Bose made something, I'd probably go with that.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Bose. I've had a pair of 301 speakers going on now for over 30 years, and they sound just as good today as they did the day I brought them home.
Yep.
Guaranteed for life, and they'll last my life and probably more. I know that I can wake the neighborhood up with them.
I bet they love you.
Hey, we used to live, when I first got out of the service, we lived in housing because I was a veteran, right?
Right.
And I didn't make a lot of money back then. Well, we had these teenagers that used to hang out right in front of our house. And what they would do is they'd sit there and drink Robitussin all night long.
Robo tripping.
So what me and my wife did was my wife started playing gospel music. Every time they'd go out there, she'd crank up the stereo with gospel music. And they got so sick of listening to gospel music that they stopped hanging out in front of my house. Funny as hell. And we did it on purpose, we did it on purpose just to fuck with them. They didn't like the gospel music.
No, the robo tripping gets in the way of anything that the Lord's got to say. Well, I had 3 cars on my ass, and apparently they took each other out. Because they're about 5 seconds behind me now. But it's the white flag lap, so.
Yeah, it took me yesterday and today to do it, but I got my safety rating up to a 3.51 or a 4.51, and then it got knocked back down to a 4.38, something like that.
Right. Well, I got 3rd in the 12 car.
There you go.
There's the flag, man. It's over.
I want to get my A license in road racing.
Good job, driver.
I think I've got a C license in road racing.
I've got a B right now. I mean, hell, I got a fucking A in dirt. I don't even know how in the hell I got that. Yeah, I'm 247B right now at 1248.
There you go.
and we'll see what I got after that. Because generally the Mazda cars don't pay shit. I'm a 241 at 1519 in oval though. Damn it, load the damn results.
It's been slow about that today.
I was in the 10th split out of 20. I just let you know, ain't nobody, at the headquarters in Boston today.
Yeah, I know it. Bedford, Mass is where it's at, I believe. I'm only about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes from there. That's why my ping is always so good.
I I did a show in the parking lot of where the Patriots play. And
at Foxwood?
Yeah, Foxborough.
Foxwood.
Yeah. Well, but I guess I was staying in. I thought I was staying at Foxborough because the hotel was.
Foxwood.
Oh, well,
it's huge. It's a big casino down there.
I only saw the Bass Pro Shop because we were parked between the Bass Pro and the stadium. We were doing a car show for Snap-on Tools, and we had the Glomad on the trailer, and that was the trailer I was pulling. And it was a Nomad that had been restored, cosmetically restored, and dropped a 1,200 horsepower blower motor in it, and all, it was, they claimed there was 1 million man hours in that car, and they welded part wrenches and shit in place of the chassis, so there was never a point when you could fire it up and hit the gas. But we took this thing around, and it was when we were transporting it, it turned forward and it rode perpendicular to the trailer. But in the show mode, the sides of the trailer came down, and you would rotate it, 45 degrees to where the nose was pointing out towards the front.
Sure.
And you pop the hood, and there was nothing but mirror underneath it, and mirror up top to where you could see this stuff. But the problem was keeping that shit clean.
Well, I was thinking that's kind of.
Dude, I would have to, like when I had the tour, I was bringing in 4 laborers for 4 hours to scrub, or wipe down all the mirrors and all the surfaces. This is pre-pandemic. This is 10, 12 years ago. And we did a lot of stops up there in the Northeast, man.
Good afternoon.
Oh, who do we have here?
What do you think?
What up? What are you doing?
Well, listen, I saw you're streaming. I've just been doing stuff, looking at race cars, because I'm in a good mood. Well, sort of in a good mood, but because I won tickets to the Barrett-Jackson auction here in Vegas.
Shit, that'd be fun.
There you go.
Well, yeah, I got it through VetPick, so I only wagered 15 coins, and I got it. And I asked my mom, I was like, "You know what you can give me for Father's Day?" And she's like, "What?" I said, "You can help me secure these tickets to Barrett-Jackson." She's like, "I ain't got $1,000 plus," and I was like, "No, it's only $1,497." And she's like, "What, 1,400?" I was like, "No, $1,497." And she was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah, all I got to pay is for 4 tickets, $14.97. It's to hold them at will call. That's it."
There you go.
Damn.
Never been to Barrett-Jackson. Never been to Barrett-Jackson, but I've always wanted to go.
I've never been on the final day, but I've been to several of them because we had clients that wanted their exhibits taken there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. It's for the exhibits because somebody told me that. He goes, bro, where you're going into, or these people, everybody in there has over 100 grand plus bank accounts. I was like, what?
Oh,
And he's
man,
like, yeah,
no,
sure.
no, that's just spending money. They got at least 100 grand of spending money.
Yes. He's like, bro, you're about to be with the big boys. He's like, Thomas, you like iRacing? That's the best time to put on your shine right there, motherfucker. You want sponsorships for your iRacing streams? Fucking do what you do out here and go talk to them, bro. It's like, all right.
I'll guarantee you there'll be a rig set up there.
Oh, God, I can't wait, bro. You know I can't wait. I'm going to be like, hey, any of you old assholes want to get your ass whipped? Just kidding.
Be easy with us old assholes.
Just kidding.
No,
I want to go down.
you need to worry more about them young bucks.
Yeah, see, Thomas has got doors to walk through if he's calling us old. I don't know how old. I've been through those doors. You still got to go through them.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wait till you got to use Viagra. That'll be an interesting day.
Oh man. The day I gotta use Viagra is the day I'm gonna say fuck sex.
Bullshit.
There's gonna come a time, man.
Bullshit. I ain't never gonna come out of my damn mouth.
Oh, I gotta have Viagra. I really do. If it wasn't Viagra, I'd be in trouble.
That's funny.
I'm only 59. You know, I'm a young man, but yeah.
You got me by 10 years. Well, 11. I turned 48 this year.
Did you really?
Yep.
See, 40 was a hard age for me.
Me too. But
40 was really, I felt old at 40.
I got my brain tumor at 38, so and all the other damage. 40 was more of a just insult to injury.
I believe it, because like I said, I had a hard time with it. I thought my life was over.
Yeah, depression is a ugly beast. It is an ugly beast.
Yes, it is. I have a diagnosis of PTSD, Alan.
Me too. Which is about the only positive that I have going right now, because here in North Carolina, they're not far from passing a bill that they're going to allow medical, and one of the 4 things they're including is for PTSD.
Yeah, it passed already. It passed last week.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It passed the Senate, but the governor hasn't signed it yet.
That's a good thing.
Well,
That's if Roy Cooper fucking truly believes in the cause and he wants to bring jobs back to North Carolina, because that's what I told people. I'm waiting on North Carolina to go medical marijuana. Once it does, I'm coming out there as a consultant, and I already know a couple of people that are farmers from back home in Fayetteville, and you watch. I'm gonna be like, you want a crop that you can guarantee that you won't have to bank money on, hoping to God that you get what I'm saying, crop wise. You want a crop that's basically gonna bring you substantial money all the time, where you don't have to worry.
The state of Massachusetts, when they went medical marijuana and marijuana for recreational purposes, had millions and millions and millions of dollars left over for that year. Now they count on that money, but the first year that it was there, yeah, they made a whole shit ton of money.
yeah, they didn't know what to do with it.
You know,
No, they didn't. They didn't know what to do with it. They were trying to figure it out.
The state of Nevada made, when they finally went recreational that first year, and they said that it was supposed to go to the schools, all that money. They made over $68 million or $1 billion.
Yeah.
They don't know where that money went. That money disappeared, or at least 85% of the money disappeared. They don't know what happened to it. It just no recollection. There's no fucking investigation into where it disappeared to. It's just gone.
Yeah, it went to somebody's pocket.
That's what I'm stating. And guess when this came out. right after the election is when everybody found out that the money went missing. But nobody wanted to say anything about it. So, I just found that extremely funny. But I can tell you this much, guys. My kid's school, their elementary school got rebuilt with marijuana money. And these kids are getting hooked up from the floor up. Hell, they've got water fountain that you can just walk up to and put your water bottle to it, and it'll just put water in it. You know?
Hell yeah.
It's crazy.
Shit, I'm gonna run that damn top of the hour dirt car at Lanier.
Are you?
Either that or maybe Sonoma.
I'm gonna do the 4 o'clock at Chicagoland.
Oh, okay. Cause I don't know the GPs at Mount Panorama. That's a fun ass track.
Well, you guys know who needs one.
I'm just not too sure about running the GT3s at Le
It's
Mans.
not fair that there's 4.
Because those GT3s are more of a handful than the damn prototypes to drive.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, Alan. About the only thing I drive is the trucks and B cars. Like I said, I haven't driven an A. I'm an A driver, but I haven't driven an A car in such a long time because of the way that it feels.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Upgraded tire model on that thing finally.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
maintain
God.
my A license, but
Yeah, they upgraded the tire model for the A cars, for the Cup cars. It's so much better now. I had a way better run at Dover than ever before. Tire fall off wasn't as bad as it used to be. They finally got it accurate.
I have a problem with the steering, Thomas. To me, it feels like I've got power steering and I can't feel the wheel, and my car floats down the track.
It's because your force feedback. You need to adjust your force feedback.
Yeah, but if I adjust my force feedback there, does it affect other cars?
You can make it only affect that car if you lock it in as in the bottom left of your options page.
Yeah, that box.
Yeah. Yep. It makes it only for that vehicle.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I'll give it a shot. Because I'd love to race it, but I was floating down the track. I didn't want to ruin anybody's race. You know, when you're going side to side, that ain't good when you're 3 wide.
It's always fun.
Yeah, it makes people love you. So did you see on the news about a week ago? It was just a small thing. They were calling out let me see. They called out Discord and they called out TeamSpeak, and they were concerned about what people talk about on here. You know, they were concerned about the rooms that are created and stuff. And all I can think to myself is, fuck you. Did you ever hear of freedom of speech?
Yeah, no shit.
Who's worried about what rooms?
The government.
It's probably the one thing they haven't tapped yet.
Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have. They're already in Discord.
Shit.
I don't know why they're bitching about it. They're in everything.
They need to go over to that Mergle shit and keep 40-year-old men from talking with 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
That makes no sense.
I have really strong feelings about that issue, and give me the bullet, and we wouldn't have that problem.
Oh, there's a guy that streams, and he's I mean, I'm not gonna say his name because I ain't trying to give him any more promotion, but he'll get on that Omergel shit, and you'll see little 12-year-old kids, and he'll want them to subscribe to his race his
Yeah,
channel.
I can't. Yeah, Alan, that sends me through the ceiling when you even talk about it. It's like there's something fucking wrong with that.
What's
Yep.
the name in channel who goes into Omegle and does that?
Actually,
That happened to me when I was a kid. I always hung around with 25-year-olds when I was 13.
Yep.
You know, they would provide me with beer and pot. Yeah.
Well, he's actually, Thomas, I'll bet you know him.
Who?
Snake.
I heard
Yes,
the
I
name.
do.
Yeah, he's a piece of work. I've tried to talk to him several times just as a human, and it has not worked so far.
Well, if you try to take
Like
the
I
horse
said
through
earlier,
water
you can't
and you
fix
can't make
stupid.
him drink, bro, fuck him, leave him there and let him sit on stupid. And when shit happens, it happens. Can't feel sorry for sick motherfuckers like that.
No, I don't feel sorry for him one bit.
You
I
know
just,
who I feel sorry for?
Joe Biden and them
kids
are
that he's
trying to
fucking with.
pass. I'm gonna put you guys down. If the Democrats win the House next year, this is what the new plan is. They want to pass a law that's fucking, and Acosta's behind it, and a couple others are, that child molestation or child molesters, it's not again be against the law. It's going to be considered a mental illness. So we can't arrest them. We can only stick them inside of hospitals and make them better.
where they'll have more access to social media.
Like they basically want to do it like they do over in Greece. Greece considers molestation and pedophilia as a mental issue.
I'd love to read the science, the pseudoscience behind that.
I would love to too, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen if that does ever pass. They're gonna be the murder rate in America is gonna go up fucking tenfold. Let a motherfucker touch somebody's kid, watch what happens.
Well, guys, I've got an interesting perspective on this. You know, Alan, when I told you I had PTSD earlier,
Yeah.
that's what it's from.
Yeah.
It's from being abused as a child.
Horrible.
And they're fucked up. They're sick in the fucking head, man.
Well,
You know what? Lock them up in a mental institution for the rest of their fucking lives.
I mean,
What happened to state hospitals?
Ronald Reagan put an end to those in 1980.
Yeah, state hospitals don't exist.
What was his
It's all
reasoning
private.
behind putting it out?
Because he wanted to criminalize mental illness. And he did that. Because if you think about it, the prisons are cash cows.
They are.
Oh yeah, it's an
Private-
industry all in itself.
Even the private systems, a lot of celebrities and rappers make money off it.
Oh, Viacom's the biggest one that makes the most money.
Yep. All these youngsters go out. and do shit first.
They're a cradle to grave company, meaning they sell you shit for your needs and wants from the time you're in diapers to your burial plot.
Yep.
And the marketing in between.
Horrible.
I saw an actual diagram of all the companies and subsidiaries and the tree that they have, and how it showed your the average human's lifespan, and all of the product lines that they had either a hand in or they owned outright.
Makes you wonder, don't it?
Well, it just kind of reaffirms what I've heard my whole life was, this is a big fucking lie about our freedom and all this other kind of shit. We've been bought and sold a long time ago.
Yeah, what do
Of
you
course.
think your birth certificate is? What do you think your social security card is? It's basically to the Chinese. They own you. If you sell your birth certificate and become a sovereign citizen, you can cash out. But you just won't, the laws and shit won't apply to you here anymore. You'll be really fucked.
Yeah, I spoke with a sovereign person yesterday, which is ironic.
Yeah, they carry an interesting viewpoint.
Yeah, he had a whole lot of them. And the sad thing is he wasn't as far off on some of the shit that, some of the stuff that I have heard, not necessarily believe, but he certainly reaffirmed some of the stuff I'd heard.
Oh, I get a kick out of watching YouTube videos of people that stand up for their rights. You know, it's like when a cop walks up to you after he stops you for a ticket and says, "Where are you going?" You don't have to answer that question.
Right.
And I wouldn't answer that question just because I've seen it online. You don't have to answer those questions.
Am I free? Am I
wearing a mask?
am I free to go, or am I detained?
Exactly. You know, exactly. And when the lights come on behind you, when you're in a car, you're detained. You are, for all intents and purposes, detained.
Well, I mean, if they keep you longer than the simple explanation, and if there is nothing detain you any further than that, you're being detained. Especially if they're waiting for a damn drug dog to show up. Although I did hear some other good news that even North Carolina has stopped training their new dogs on cannabis because of the change in our society.
Yeah, the legalization.
Yeah, I look forward to that. I'm tired. I love those dogs, and I'm tired of not being able to go up to them. Hell, I like most dogs more than I like most humans.
They tell us,
I got my.
They tell us that they
I had
passed
a I had a
I
lab.
can't-
Now I
it's-
replaced her, but I had a lab that I love so much, man, that for 2 weeks after she passed away, she died on my living room floor from a heart attack.
Damn.
Fucking, I cried for 2 weeks, man. Every time I thought about her, I would get upset and cry.
My dad just lost one. Actually, he's lost two in the past 10 years, and not being jealous or anything, but I know he loved those damn dogs more than he loved me.
Yeah. Hey, a dog will love you when nobody else will. My dog doesn't get mad at me. My wife gets mad at me sometimes, but my dog doesn't get mad at me.
You know the reason why North Carolina said they were ending that for their dogs is because they're no longer going to be, police are going to no longer be training dogs. They want to start getting all their dogs from the military so those dogs can keep having a life.
Thomas, you got to turn your mic up, man. You're a little light.
Shit, he's
Said,
he's loud as shit to me.
I was
See,
saying is that they're changing it to the military. They want to start getting military dogs, and so then they don't train anymore. So then they can save more money for the department. My question is, why are we making every single police department in America militarized? That's
Again, you can thank Ronald Reagan. None of that happened before the Gipper was president. He made all of that shit possible.
That's ignorance.
No, he look, you know who fucking Ronald Reagan's idol was?
Who?
Richard Nixon.
Oh my God.
He grew up, out there and lived in California with Nixon being governor. And he
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
he was such a, he drank the fucking Kool-Aid that Nixon was dishing out. And that's why when he came in,
That Reagan did that were good, and then some things that just don't make sense.
well, I mean, you could say that with every president.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, look at Trump. Prime example. He made our economy the best that it's ever been in forever. The only thing wrong with Donald Trump is he couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut.
Yeah,
But
he-
the Trump
the-
supporter, I can agree with that.
Well, I voted for him the first time because I refused to vote for
Yeah.
Hillary.
Me too.
The second time, I had a choice and I voted for a third party. Some people say I threw my vote away, but you know what? I feel good that I voted against him, but I didn't vote for Biden.
There you go. You're right. That's what freedom is about, man.
And the Libertarian Party would do away with all those alphabet government agencies, and on just of the stroke of the pen, day one, all of them be out on the street. The only ones they would keep were the Secret Service, the FBI, and there was something else. Other than that, all of ATF and DEA and all that shit would just go the fuck away.
It's the sad part. They can never take it away.
The hell you can't.
And no, you can't.
Sure you could. Sure you could.
You could, but here's the issues. Every single one of them people that do it are going to end up dead within years. And the reason why is the Rothschilds and everybody run everything within the government.
Well, see, I have a problem with that, and I mean, I would run for a political office just to be the fucking monkey wrench to go up there and say, "Hey boys, I got a new idea." Tell you what, let's start by besides law enforcement using the color of someone of a suspect, let's stop classifying other humans by something other than just another fucking human.
Yeah. My thing is the issue with the police thing is it's not really about color. Everybody's treated the same.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I've been around it. I've seen it, but I've seen enough shit to know. I've seen some idiots do some really dumb shit.
I am not impugning all law enforcement. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've seen it.
Some cops act stupid. It's like
You just went
they
really
lose their.
low, mic-wise.
Did I?
No, you're loud.
There we go.
Steve.
There it is.
It's just really.
Yeah, my shit turns itself down sometimes. I lived in the hood. I was out smoking a blunt with my neighbor, the dude that lived next to me. A fucking sheriff comes up, slams him up against the damn wall. I'm standing there with the blunt. He doesn't even care. I'm going, dude, that's my fucking neighbor. Leave him the fuck alone.
They're like that. But here's the thing, though. Police departments train their cops to be afraid of black people and to do this. That it's in their training logs. You can look at it. You can see it. Every police department in the nation.
Our sheriff himself is black, sir.
No, that's the thing. But even in LA, I've watched black cops go into the hood and beat the shit out of fucking black people for no reason.
Yeah.
And and don't give a fuck. So that's why I tell people. Well, like, especially in LA, they like to scream racism.
Hold on. The number one, any of those cops that were doing that, they were trying to get the fuck ahead in their precinct.
All right, guys, don't get too upset with each other now.
I mean, they were looking for advancement. They weren't,
That's how it is, and that's why I tell people in LA, it's not racism out here in LA. You got your own color fucking beating the shit out of you as well, if not worse. It's police brutality, guys. At the end of the day, it's the system. The system is designed to fucking divide us. That is all it's designed for. It's not designed to help us or anything else. Just like
Do Do you think I've had my butt kicked by a cop before? Bad.
I had a cop pull a gun on me because I wasn't wearing a mask walking down the sidewalk here in Vegas. I've never had that happen before. And I'm like, you're pulling a gun on me just because I'm not wearing a mask? Trigger happy too. But I get what he says, advancement, it's a bunch of stuff. At the end of the day, I feel that policing needs to be totally re-fucking vamped from the ground up. You know?
Well, demilitarize the most of the police departments. You know, granted, if you're on the border, you need some extra shit. If you're in a big city that you've got, you know, high crime, Chicago, they still need a little bit of extra armament. But fucking Mayberry, goddamn, you don't need a fucking armored personnel carrier.
Hell no, you don't. That's what I don't get. Like, I get places outside of military posts. You don't need a fucking armored, like you said, a military carrier. You got a military post less than a mile from you. Call those motherfuckers up. We'll let you lend one, I'm pretty sure. Come on now.
Especially,
that's the way Junction City, Kansas was. It was either whorehouse. It was either whorehouses or.
That's where I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas. So I lived in Ogden. A mile long and a mile wide.
Yeah, you know there was a bar on the right side of the road with a.
There was a titty bar and it's still there.
Yeah. I used to live right across the street from it. And I'd go there and get fucking lit. There was two of them. There was one that sold 3.2 beer, and there was one that sold regular beer. And I wasn't old enough to go into the one with regular beer, but I could go into the one with the 3.2 beer. And yeah, I worked at the airfield. Yeah, for 3 years.
Well, nice. I was up on I was in infantry, so I was next door to 216 where fucking Timothy McVeigh was fucking trained, where his unit was. You know which one that is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was in the 4th Brigade.
I was a Cobra mechanic, Cobra crew chief.
Oh man, I can't believe they got rid of the Cobras, man.
Oh, they didn't get rid of the Cobras.
I don't know Cobras. What did they get rid of? They got rid of the which
they
one? Buzzards or whatever.
The army got rid of the Cobras, but you still got the whiskey bottles for the Marines.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The Marines still keep their Cobras. I love the Cobras. I feel like they're like the mini version of the Apache.
You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of none of it.
Well, hell no. You wouldn't even want to be on the receiving end of an A-10 Warthog. Holy shit.
Hell no.
Well, let me go ahead and say this. I appreciate both of y'all for your service. When I went to go register or go sign up, I got talked out of it by the recruiter.
What an asshole.
Well, he also pointed out that I want to go to Bosnia and fight for Bill Clinton. And it didn't sound like fun to me.
I was a 17-year-old kid, wasn't going anywhere. I quit high school. At that time you could go in the army without a high school diploma. I took the ASVAB. I scored 94% across the board. At that time, I held the highest score in the state of New Hampshire. The recruiter goes, "Do you want to work on them or do you want to fly them?" But after I saw a Cobra throw its shit down range, I said, I want to work on that, which is a good thing because I was too immature. I would have never passed flight school. I was too young. I was only 17 years old. So yeah.
You were Tom Cruise Maverick?
It wouldn't have worked out. But me being a crew chief, man, 7 years. I did my whole time.
You want to hear something funny? I wound up getting a chance to work with Redstone Arsenal and out of Huntsville, Alabama. We would take their training vehicle to military installations, Fort Drum, Hood, Benning, you name it. That we took it there, and we would, especially for companies that were getting ready for deployment, we were able to take satellite imagery and then put it into the simulation. And inside the trailer, you had six workstations, but only 5 of them were compatible with each group, because we had the God mode section where we could do whatever we wanted to them.
As a vehicle mount up, or is it with the M4s stuck inside?
Yeah, these were they actually had the M4s, or they had everything tied. They had it all tied to the game. So the TOW 2s were up at the front, and they were mounted to the floor. The Mark 15s were behind each one of the stations. The 50 cals were mounted behind those stations, and they were all wearing VR. And
yeah, they're doing VR. We had it where we had the real M4s, but they were rigged to some type of
pneumatics. Yeah, with the same technology. It came out of the same place, out of Huntsville.
Yeah, but now they got it incorporated at Benning inside of a building now.
Right.
And it's basically, it looks like a replica of you being out at the range, and you just go in there and we fired away. But I never liked doing that type of range stuff. I was glad when we went to the range, because when you got to the range.
What's that live fire range in right outside of Savannah?
I don't even know. I know when I was in, a lot of things were closed down and changing around, and they were moving the armor school at the time, the tanker school, from up at Knox, and they were putting it at Benning.
Well, besides small arms like at Benning, the only live fire range that you can shoot a 50 cal on the East Coast that I'm aware of, and I could be wrong, is that one in Savannah.
Like, what do you mean at a military?
I don't know if I agree with that, Alan. When that was part of our induction into basic training, was going and listening and seeing how weapons sounded.
Right.
And the first thing they took us to was a 50 cal. You know, a lot of people think of 50 cal goes boom, 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 boom. It doesn't. It goes boom, 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 boom. You know, I get a kick.
249. Not 249. That's a what do you call that motherfucker?
Well, the reason I have any knowledge of it, they let me in the Humvee to go shoot the 50 cal. The head CO wasn't there. The assistant CO was there, and he had been down in the trailer with us, because we ran 4 days straight, 24 hours a day, where they kept bringing in different teams. And
sure.
So, you know, they gave me some sort of a accreditation or something for that
there
one.
You go.
I got another one from was it Camp Grayling up in Michigan too. But they were like, Alan, you want to shoot that 50 cal? The CO's not here. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
I got one for you. So here I am. I'm a helicopter mechanic. So we have this thing. I'm in the 4th and 7th Cavalry. Actually, Custer's old unit, Charlie Troop. Right? We have this competition where we use different weapons. Well, they gave me an M203 grenade launcher. Right? And I walked up to the line, and of course, the commander of the whole unit is there. The battalion commander is there. All the majors are out there and the captains are out there. And the target's like 75 yards away. I put the thing up to my shoulder. I closed my eyes. And I hit the fucking bullseye dead center. That got me an Army Commendation Medal. Hitting that bullseye dead center got me an Army Commendation Medal. They all clapped. The whole unit was yay, and I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Not a fucking clue.
You goddamn genius, Gump.
Yeah, exactly. I did, man. I hit it right dead center of the bullseye, like boom. And it was a dummy round, so it was paint.
Right.
So when it hit, it splatted. Now I thought the son of a bitch hit the ground when I pulled the trigger, right in front of me. I really did. I mean, the whole ground in front of me shook. So, yeah, I thought it was funny. It was a shining moment.
I tell you, my little brother went to boot camp at what's the one in Columbia?
Fort Jackson, that's
Yeah.
where I went.
Well, after he came back, we were up at the farm, and he wanted to kind of show off his new acquired skills. So we were taking these clays and putting them, 100, 200, 300 yards out.
Yeah,
And
and
he's
hitting them.
Dude, he's just blowing them apart without even trying. And
Dude, I could hit a 300 meter target better than I could hit a 25 meter target, and that's no bullshit. Whenever I tried to hit a 25 meter target, I'd hit the ground right in front of the target.
Huh.
Damn,
I could never figure it out.
Have you all tried mud
I had to be
skipping?
proficient in all my targets, man.
Well, we had to get 90%. We didn't have to get 100%.
Well, I was
Skip these in the
infantry as
dirt.
well, so.
Skip over?
11 Bang Bang, they cram so much into 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Unit training, I like it, I miss it, but fucking,
It is very difficult
Man,
to control, but it
I'll
is
never
fun.
fucking forget it.
What
I
car
had
is
good
that,
times.
you said?
It's
I've
good
seen
for
some
you.
dumb- It is.
Skip
I've seen some
Barber.
good shit.
It's
I've
the
seen some
open
bad
wheel
shit. I've
formula
seen some
car.
dumb shit. You
If it
know?
was up to me, I'd make it compulsory for everybody that graduates high school for 2 years. Mandatory.
That's what I would say. If I was president, I would make it every household to be mandatory like that because I just
The
feel
mud
that it
skipping
would
thing is
instill,
a week
like,
13
it instill
thing only.
discipline, especially in this generation. Because fuck, man, like,
They want to take care of this gun problem.
Just try it out.
Fucking, that's the way to do it. Make it compulsory. Make an 18-year-old learn what the fuck the world's about. Yeah, in my opinion, people may disagree with me, but that's the way I feel.
I tell people guns don't kill people. People with guns kill.
I mean,
People
you
are like, the gun does kill people. I'm like, no, it didn't. Did that gun say I'm gonna kill you?
think
No. Okay then.
think about this though. I mean, especially when you were in school, Stephen. I know when I was in school, there were people with plenty of guns in the gun racks of their truck in the fucking
yeah.
parking lot.
Exactly, Alan. Exactly.
I was the last age of that, and the rule was at my time though was it had to be a hunting rifle, and if the sheriff drove by, it had to be in the rack, and it had to be cocked back with the side of the rifle facing the window so the officer could look inside and see if it was loaded or not. And it had to have nothing else. I never understood that.
The only rule I ever heard about was that you can't have the ammunition and the weapon in proximity,
Yes,
in
that's
proximity
it.
of each other.
Yep.
You can't put your 30-06 rounds in the glove compartment and the 30-06 on the back of the window. You have to separate the two.
Somebody said
But-
it had to be a certain amount apart.
I
He
mean-
told me like if you were transporting. He told me when I was transporting a pistol one time. He was like, "Why are you fucking putting the aiming? You only have one round in the chamber of that thing, and the rest of the ammunition's in the back of the car, bro." And he's like, "I have to do it." Well, he said it was illegal for him to have the one round locked, but he was like, "I'd rather have one round loaded." And I'm pretty sure a cop would rather hassle me about that than having both of them next to each other at the same time, bro.
See, I had an uncle, right?
Uh-huh.
He carried a 45 in his glove compartment all his life. He came from Vermont. That's where I grew up.
For a 45
Yeah.
ACP or what?
It was legal. I don't know what it was. I just know that it was a 45. And this is, God, this is 40 years ago. Okay, but you would not have wanted to go up against him with this gun in his car. And I think that that's the way it should be. That anybody should have the capability of defending themselves or somebody else.
Yes.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah. And I feel the same as well. That's why I kind of like Texas in a sense. Texas, felons can have guns, but here people go, well, that's wrong. No, because here in Texas, they base it upon your felony type. If you have domestic violence or anything with assault with a deadly weapon, you're not going to get your gun rights back. But if
Oh,
it's
no.
something else, they will allow you to have your gun rights back. You just have to do a certain amount of time and stay within good standing in the community.
Yeah, Mass is a little tougher.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that. I learned that from listening to Clubhouse, listening to Whack 100 and all the big boys and them and gangsters talking about it. I didn't know that because they were having an argument about it, and the guy's like, listen, I live here in Texas, man. I'm telling you right now, my cousin had domestic violence, and he had a gun on him, and they just threw the slammer on him. He wasn't supposed to have a pistol on him. He wasn't. Like me, I got caught. He said he did something. I think it was like evangelism or some shit as a teenager. But he didn't have anything with assault with a weapon, so he was allowed to get his full gun rights back.
Alright, man, we're going green next time.
I believe if there's anybody that's a child molester, I believe we should just kill him right on site. And anybody that kills a child molester on site should be rewarded handsomely, sorry.
Can't say I don't disagree with you. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
Get ready.
my older brother was the one that molested me when I was a kid.
Ouch.
Green flag, green flag.
I didn't even know I didn't know I was being molested until I found out as an adult after I came back home. And people were calling me because I pulled me to the center to help them out with their programs. They helped me when they helped me my time when I was a teenager.
All
They
clear,
pulled me
all
aside
clear.
and they're like, Thomas, you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And they told me what was going on.
All
Found out
clear,
we
all
were
clear.
sitting at 411 were. I watched him beat the shit out of a guy when we had to go pick him up. When I got to Fort Riley, we had to go pick
Yeah,
a guy
one
up from
inside.
my unit. These guys didn't want to pick him
All
up.
clear, all
Didn't
clear.
want you to get, man. I've never seen a bunch of people try to just get out of it. Gave him
Inside.
up, and I asked what happened and found out that the guy came
All
back.
clear,
His
all
wife went with her unit and left. In no less than a week, they
Outside.
caught him in the house molesting his daughter.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
This
All clear,
guy,
all
they
clear.
took him down. We were supposed to go down a pre-designated route. We went off the pre-designated route because the guy wouldn't shut the fuck up running his mouth in the background. I've never seen them beat the fuck out of somebody so badly and get away with the thing of what happened to him. He tried to run.
Yeah, I believe it.
And they looked at me and said, Geyer, you're new to this unit and you're gonna fucking say that. And if you fucking don't, he goes, it's gonna be a very bad day for you. And I was like, my name's Ben and I ain't in it, bro. Have a good day. Enjoy my cigarette. I'm not in it, bro. I didn't see shit. But I believe that it's time to change. I believe it's time for us to go back. Like my mom used to tell me, back in the 60s and 70s and shit, she goes, people had respect when you had a gun. People didn't do dumb shit like you did today. She goes, I remember being a kid going to Texas and watching somebody go down the highway, piss somebody else off, and they just get shot while riding down the highway. The motherfucker keeps going. What? Yeah. She was like, you guys are just punks. And my mom doesn't mean it like being an asshole or a bitch. She's like, this generation is just a bunch of punks and a bunch of pussies. You know? My uncle says the same thing about the military. He says the Army's not the Army anymore. That the Army hasn't been the Army since 2008. When shit started changing and they allowed gays in and everything. And I'm not bashing on gays because I've got some people and family members are, but like, I don't know. The military's changed a lot as well. Like, you got stress cards now. Did you know that? Steven, did you know that the military has stress cards now that can stop training? Hello? Did you get my internet?
No, I hear you.
Where are you guys? Can you hear me, Diggs?
Yeah.
Okay. But, yeah, they have stress cards now in the military. I didn't know if you knew that, Steven. Oh, I think you left.
Oh.
But, yeah, did you know that, Diz? They have stress cards in the military?
I'd heard something about it.
Yeah, it's true. I had one. Threw mine in the trash. They give you a basic training. Basically, you raise the card and tell them this training is too stressful for me, and it stops. This PT is too stressful for me. I can't do it. Just pull out that card. It's basically, I'm a bitch card. I'm gonna pull it. They don't do PT the same anymore. They've changed up their whole PT regiment now. They've changed everything. You might have, might be. Where you racing at?
Lanier? I got spun and trying to get back up there.
Well, don't let that shit happen. What's wrong with you, man?
Well, there he is.
Yeah, I had to go refill my,
Oh,
take my last beer here.
I was asking if you knew about the military, how they changed so much now. My uncle calls it a bunch of pussies now, this generation.
Oh yeah,
Because they said
Yeah.
you guys, they got stress cards. You know they got stress
yeah.
cards.
Oh yeah, I know what. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was 17 when I went through, and that shit wouldn't have gone. As a matter of fact, in my unit, I was the only 17-year-old to make it through basic training. All the rest of
You're
them,
clear high.
they kicked them out because they were babies. They were fucking children.
Oh yeah. I've watched guys get kicked really quick. I watched guys talk shit and think it was funny and get kicked all the way back to red face.
Oh,
Clear high.
I actually saw a guy fucking have to eat a cigarette. He put it out in the wrong fucking place. The platoon sergeant made him pick it up. He didn't make him eat the filter, but he made him eat the tobacco.
Oh. Woo!
I did, man. That's no bullshit. I'm serious. Sergeant Duncan. I still remember the son of a bitch's name. He was a nice guy. I did run into him years later at Fort Riley. He was at the door at the NCO club, right? You know where I'm talking about.
Yeah. They moved it now. They've got a new NCO club. But
God, this is funny. This is years ago, man.
Yeah, you know they moved the hospital. Remember where the hospital used to sit at on Fort Riley, right down from Division?
Yeah, my daughter was born there.
They tore it down. They tore it down 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, my daughter was born there.
My
daughter-
daughter was born there as well at
Yeah.
Fort Riley.
Yeah, my daughter was born there.
Clear low, clear low.
Yeah.
My son was born in Hawaii, and my daughter was born in Kansas.
Yeah, that's crazy. Our kids are born in the same hospital. Yeah, that's a good little hospital, though.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Well, the world is a small place, Thomas.
It is, man. It is. Man, I do miss basic though. I remember going down the end of phase where you had to do everything at the end, where we had to do like our 25-mile ruck march all the way to the Stairway of Heaven, and we had to do through live fire. And I remember the drill sergeant told everybody take their weapons and stick them up, stick your arms up, in the air. And he's like, I want you to keep your arms up and don't move. You had bodybuilder guys sitting there, guys, like, oh, drill sergeant, I can't do this anymore. They're making us hold it for like 5-10 minutes. And I'm sitting there, man, I got my stuff, but see, I learned a trick from my uncle was, because he taught me some things for left, he goes, don't fully, when they tell you to lift your arms up, and they tell you to hold your weapon up, because they're trying to teach you something, or just when he goes, just bend your elbows very slightly. Don't fully lock them, bend them very slightly. I was like, yeah? He goes, I'm telling you now, you're gonna thank me later. My arms started hurting, so I did what he told me to do. I was the only motherfucker there, and I remember Drill Sergeant Ison and Drill Sergeant Redding. Why the fuck is Private Geiger keeping his hands up like it's nothing? Why is the short shit doing this? What the fuck? I knew it. I knew you bodybuilders were bitches. I remember that so clear as day. But it was a trick my uncle taught me. They asked me how I did it, and I told them, I said, you just had to bend your arms a little bit. Don't fully lock your arms, you dumbasses. That's like fully locking your legs when you're staying in position of center of attention. Don't ever do that.
I saw guys pass out. I actually passed out doing it when I was at Kansas. And reality, I was stoned, man. Right? I'm fucking wasted.
Were you stoned off the ditchweed in Kansas that they had growing all around the fucking base?
No, I wasn't stoned on that. I did collect some one time and put it in black plastic bags and put it on my roof to see what would happen. And when I opened it up, man, it was a black gob of resin, but it was worthless. It's absolutely worthless. Lake Milford.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Good job, driver.
I don't know if you know this, Ditch, but Fort Riley, Kansas, used to be where the military was experimenting with marijuana for soldiers.
Lord knows there was enough of it growing around.
Yeah, bro. So they said some soldier got mad and they just dumped the seeds out. They didn't fully clean it up, and it just grows wild throughout Junction City in there, in Fort Riley. Yeah, but it's nasty weeds. You're not lying, bro. That shit is nasty. But I was like, damn. Could you just imagine this being Weedtopia in the middle?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I missed them days. I remember when I was back in when I was in training when we had a kid who was like 4'11", 4'10", and the drill sergeant. I don't know if you guys remember. Do you never remember the water buffaloes? You had to fill them up with water in the morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So he sends the short guy up there, skinny. He's skinny. He's maybe about 110 pounds, soaking wet. And he tells him, he gets him to get on top of the water buffalo, opens it up, and he tells him to put the hose in there and hold on to the hose. God bless his
I
heart.
was at, you know what? Wait a minute. I was at 110 pound. Matter of fact, I had to get a waiver. I had to gain 3 pounds to get a waiver. I weighed 108 pounds when I went in basic training. Trust me, I paid for it. Like the 100-yard carry where you got to throw somebody over your shoulder and carry him for 150 yards or whatever.
I know. Oh, man, I hated that.
They fucking made me do the biggest guy. I mean, every time I was the littlest guy in the unit. I'm not bullshitting, man.